started already. I was trying to figure out why isn't my well, g'day everyone. It's Lad from the Woods here. Welcome to Wicked Tunes. So we're up to a band called, now they're interesting. They're called the Americans, okay? Now anybody over 50, maybe 60, will remember a band from the late 50s and mid 60s, maybe to the end of the 60s, a band called Jay and the Americans. Well, what's interesting, your little connection, my mother dated one of the people in the Jay and the Americans. This is like back in the like late 1950s, early 1960s. They were around Detroit or something. I can't remember how my mother met them, but anyways, my mother was a little bit of a badass back in them days, and Jay and the Americans was, just one of those typical 50s style band. Anyways, I checked because I wanted to think, well, this can't be the same band, and I believe, and I'm going to die if I got this wrong, but I believe Jay has passed away. And I'll have to actually ask my mother, because my mother knew Jay and the guys in the band. So anyways, definitely not the same band. I did check that. At the very least, I've got that right. So, but given that, these guys have a real good sound, and there's kind of a 50s, early 60s sound, but modern too. It's very interesting. I haven't had time to read up on them, as I've said in the last couple of new videos I'm putting up. I've been very under the weather here with this flu and dealing with all the crap around here and getting spring and start to get things organized. I've got I got to get all my firewood up. I got to get all my plants in the ground. I'm germinating them now, and it's just one thing after another. So anyways, I think we should get to the song. What do you guys think? I think so too, because I'm starting to enjoy it. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it tonight because I don't feel well. Anyway, but I'm on the mend. All right, so we're going to do this. This song is called, this song from them is called Born with a Broken Heart. It's a single. The band is called The Americans, okay? Just to give you a little bit of background, this was released April the 6th, just a few weeks. It's the second single from The Americans' upcoming album, Stand True, which is going to be available, looks like on Friday. Cool. Anyways, let's just get to it, okay? Before we do get going, though, I'd like to remind everyone, hit that bell if you want to know when I'm putting up new songs. Please like, share, and subscribe, because then, it'll help the channel. And I'm on a donation drive to build a studio / shop here at the Woods here, so I can move all this stuff that I do for you guys into a separate studio, and I put a drum kit in there and kind of do things, kind of expand it a little bit, but get it out of my living area, because that's what's going on. You can hear the washing machine in the background going. I just bought one of these, like, they're not the spin dryer ones. It's like a regular washing machine, but about half the size. But now I have the well. I can actually do my own laundry here again, which is really nice, man. All right, anyway, blah, 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 blah. Let's get to the song, okay?
Come over and love me now.
I'll tell you what, back in the day, that would have been a hit, not necessarily the 1950s. It's a little modern for that. But, I mean, this sound is like right out of, say, the late 60s, where the 50s guys were so kind of in the, the new sounds and everything. Just a point of notice, because my mother did date it's John J. Traynor. And they dated, I don't know, it wasn't just like a, a regular thing. It was, they'd come to Detroit to play, and I guess they were there quite a bit. Anyways, the other one she knew was Sandy Dean. She didn't date him, but she knew. I remember my mom mentioning Sandy when I was a kid. And of course, we have, I don't remember how many albums they actually have, but I can just tell you that right now. 1961, I was born in 62, so the second one. So my mother was, before I was born, 63, 64, 65. At that time, she'd already, So this would have been when they were a smaller band before 1961. Anyways, it looks like albums. Okay, here we go. Well, these are singles. So the last single they had was There Goes My Baby in 1971. I guess that's singles. Did I read that correctly? Yeah, singles. And then that was fair. Well, I guess it just only went to number 90, but that was a pretty big song, as I remember. And then the albums, their first album was in 1962, year I was born, and their last album was called Wax Museum Volume 2 or Capture the Moment in 1970. And, compilation albums. Anyway, very talented band. My mother spoke well of them, spoke well of him. They were into, when they came to Detroit, they were into the 50s, like the Art Fonzie kind of thing with the grease back hair. And, they had the 57 Chevs or whatever. And it was the car thing. And my mom was into the car thing. I think that's kind of where I get, I'm not into cars, but I was always into motorcycles and stuff, Harleys. I had them, and then dirt bikes. And so I guess the motorized thing. Now I'm just an old ATV guy. Anyways, so yeah, that's the band. No relation, but the band is called The Americans. Based on this song, we got to do the other single. I didn't realize there was one before this, but there is. Go figure. So anyways, I'll get that figured out. And the album's coming out Friday, so I'll get on that right away, because I really like this sound. I hope you guys do. So anyway, I thank you for coming. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know the influences. I could say Jay and the Americans have a bit of an influence on them, strangely enough. No relation, these bands. And, well, of course, I will always want to hear what you guys got to think or say. So please like, share, and subscribe. We keep building this channel. And if you want to help out for the donation fund for the new studio I want to build here to get this stuff out of my living room, I have a separate place to go where I'll actually walk across the way and sit down and do my work like a job rather than not getting into it or whatever. At least this time I have an excuse. I haven't felt good, like this flu that's going around. Anyway, enough. Be good out there, everyone. Peace, live long and prosper. And always remember, we're Wicked Tunes here. So, and I love you guys making suggestions. So thank you. We'll talk on the next one.